So I was a junior at this time, and Paul was going to be my date. Okay. So again, you have to pay for the prom, you have to pay for your dress, you have to pay for all of that kind of stuff. And from the time that we kind of agreed that he would come with me to the prom, something happened. He just kind of turned weird. And what I mean is he would just like start putting me down. And it wasn't like you're ugly, you don't look it wasn't that kind of putting down. But like if I said something like I'm just going to give an example of something that he might do. So if I was like, "Oh, I love your horses. I love your horses. I just want to pet them all over." I start petting, the horse all over. He'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "I'm petting the horse." "Don't do that." And I would be like, "Okay." And that it was like out of nowhere because we were there, we were petting the horses, we were we were we were there to ride them, but all of a sudden it would get weird. But all I can remember is that it started to make me cry. So it had to be something significant. It probably started with something very insignificant, like petting a horse. Why are you doing that? It's like, okay, you brought me to be near horses because you know I love animals. Like very weird. And then I just remember me and his friends and my friends all went together somewhere out. And by the end of the night, I was like crying because but it was in like privacy. So nobody was like, "What's wrong? What's going on?" I was just like, he just kept doing this and doing this. And so I remember thinking, like, listen, I just got out of this with Michael, right? I'm not going to go back into some jerk making me cry and making me feel bad. And it must have been something significant because basically, if it was something not, A, it wouldn't have made me cry. And B, I could have kind of just pushed on. But I remember thinking, okay, listen, everything's paid for with the prom. I'm just going to get through the prom and then I'm going to just distance myself. You know what I mean? Um, so, and I also felt bad because my parents paid for everything. But I don't think he would have went away, to tell you the truth. Not like a stalker, but it he was very, bold, meaning he had a very bold personality. So, if I said to him, "I don't wanna do this," he'd be like, "Oh, yeah, 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 you do. You're having fun. Come on, come on." And he would just kinda, make it go on. So, we went to the prom, and that was okay. But sometime after the prom, I just started like, he would call and I would say, "I got I'm doing things, whatever, whatever, whatever." So this went on for a couple of months, and, um, it was it was obvious that I wasn't coming around, and I was trying to say, "Oh, I got family obligations, I got friend obligations," all of this kinda stuff. So I remember one day he called and I said to him, "Me and my friends are going to a movie." Now, I live in an area where there's movies, there's like tons of what, 10 plexes? Like there's like 10 in one movie theater, there's like 10 movies. And so there's in the area, there had to have been at least like 15 or 20 movie houses, so to speak. So I could have been at any one, and there was like four in one town. So it wasn't like, "Oh, I'm going there. Well, that's the only one in your area that's showing." So I remember we went to go see Single White Female, and, yeah, I'm really dating myself. And me and my friends decided to go to a little theater that happened to be playing it. And all of a sudden, we're watching the movie, and I hear him talking to the screen. He was like, so the movie's playing, and he's like, "Oh, I know she's in the closet. She's in the whatever it is. I know she's in the closet. She's in the closet. Don't go in there." And me and my friends turn around and are like, "He's here. He's here. How does he know we're here? There's like five other movie houses that are playing this at this time in this area." So it was just like really weird. And then there were other times that he just kind of like showed up. And I don't think honestly he was stalking. He was just like somebody just that wouldn't go away type of thing. So then said to me, um, my friend said to me, I hung out with Paul a few times. I kind of like him. And I told her how he was, like, he's a lot of fun, but at some point will start, um, just saying things to make you feel bad. And it's not anything specific like you're stupid or you're ugly. It's like it's really hard to explain. Did you ever have a friend or a person that you knew that just whenever you got together with them, they found some way to insult you or to hurt your feelings, but it wasn't anything maybe outright significant as saying like you're stupid or you're ugly or something like that. So I told her, and she's like, "Oh, well, I think he's cute. I want, can you introduce me?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't care." So we're at we're actually we went to the beach, and I figured, you know what? That's a pretty safe place to go. I mean, everybody's there. Not that he was you wouldn't be scared to be with him, but I mean, it's like just a social place. It's not anything serious. So we went to the beach and everything like that. And then we started to all kind of hang out. And I liked his friend, and my friend started to date Paul. Now, this is what's really, really weird. Now, he did things to kind of insult me, but now that I was no longer on that side of the fence, meaning I wasn't on his side anymore, I was on his friend's side, he started to do all of these things to try to get my attention, which was just so weird.